welcome to 8 Seconds in Overtime, where you got two Cowboys sitting here talking NFL. Draft is tomorrow. We're getting this out as late as possible, so that we can hopefully be as accurate as possible, which is a fool's errand, I would say. But
yeah. We're still going to do a mock draft real quick. No trades. We're going to do a 2-rounder. We're not going to do any trades just because there's been a lot of smoke about who's trading where, and nobody really knows. We're just going to try and keep it no trades and go from there.
Not that we think nobody's going to trade.
Teams.
I think
we just don't
think
really
that we'll
know
see trades. It's just crazy to actually predict what's going to happen. If I turn into Daniel Jeremiah, you know what I mean, predicting these top 5 trades, then I better get big on the internet real fast, or we better get big on the internet.
No kidding.
One of us is right. So we're just going to go without it. That being said, like I say, I think we both think that we'll see a couple of them, probably teams from the teens and 20s, potentially going maybe all the way up into the top 5. Who knows? But
yeah, I think for sure a couple of the teams towards the back end might trade back to accumulate more picks. Heard some stuff about Seahawks and Niners today trying to do that. Yeah. But again, it's if they can even find a trade partner. So that's kind of where it all falls. So we're just going to try and roll it without trades. We're just going to kind of switch off here back and forth. And we're just going to get started right into it. The no-brainer. Yeah. Everybody knows what's going to happen. Fernando Mendoza to the Jets.
And now the draft starts.
Yeah, basically.
Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders. I'm honestly excited to watch the Raiders next year, but I don't think we need to touch on that too much.
Nope,
so
it's
congratulations.
The same thing for the last 4 months.
Yep, you got your quarterback. And so I am going to be picking here number 2 for the New York Jets. And I am going to buy the hype behind David Bailey at number 2. I don't care that they canceled their 30 visit. I really do think that, that could be an indicator that they're just a fan of the player, have no more questions. You know what I mean? They bring in Arvell Reese and they're like, hey, especially the way the Jets are probably trying to build the team, you don't have a lot of room to miss on these picks and take question marks and stuff like that. There's no question marks with David Bailey. He's most likely going to turn into a pretty good NFL player, if not a really good NFL player. And the character is 100% there. So,
yep.
David Bailey too.
I definitely agree with that. Cardinals get on the clock at 3. I am going to have them doing something a little different now, and we're going to go Jeremiah Love here. I think they just go get the best player that they think they can get, and that's the running back. They might just not be as much in love with the offensive line as we think, especially not at number 3. So I think they go get their running back and really solidify an offense that they can build around.
Yeah,
and now they basically just need the quarterback to put in there.
Fun. Now we're drafting. Okay, so I'm the Tennessee Titans, and I'm sitting here. I don't think any of the mocks that I've seen Arvell Reese fall to 4. I don't think I've seen them take him. But I think they probably were gonna go Love if he wasn't there, and I think that with the idea of having an Arvell Reese and knowing that they kind of need an edge pass rusher, take him.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. I think these 2 picks are definitely where you're going to maybe see the trades within the 10s. If it is going to happen inside the top 10, somebody coming up for Jeremiah Love, or somebody coming up for Arvell Reese right there. I can definitely see if somebody coming up to take either David Bailey or Arvell Reese, but obviously we don't have that, so just stick and pick. And we get to the Giants here at 5, and I actually am going to have them go Caleb Downs here.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I have heard the smoke as well, but I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, there's been some little bit of rumors that they are not as much in love with Sonny Styles as everybody believes. And I think John Harbaugh just knows what he can actually get out of a safety. He has an All-Pro the last 3 years and Kyle Hamilton, so he knows that he can get a lot out of one, and probably one of the best 3 players in the draft here, and just go take the for sure prospect. Can't miss.
Yeah, hate that for me, love that for the Giants. So we get to Cleveland here at number 6 overall, and I'm kind of with you where it's I think this is potentially where we could see some trades happening here. but I am going to go ahead and take Francis Maui Noah for the Cleveland Browns. Yep, I think they're probably going to value him as the number one tackle. If I had to guess, most teams will. Some teams maybe not, but nope. I think that they're just going to take him, knowing that the quarterback position is a huge question mark for them, and they need to do whatever they can possibly do to try to get some success out of that.
Yeah, we
dare
still
I
don't
say
know who's
smart
going to
pick?
play. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I definitely love that pick. And then we get to the Commanders, and this is going to be a tough one, but I am going to have him go Cardinal Tate over Sonny Styles there, because I just don't. I think they need offense to just help Jaden Daniels. He had a really down year, dealt with injury. Nobody really to throw the football to out there. In Washington, outside Terry McLaurin, he's getting up there in age, starting to deal with the injuries and stuff. So just go get another guy out there, another Ohio State receiver for yourself, and let it fly. Give Jaden Daniels some help. He really needs it.
Yeah, nope. I think they get their guy there for sure. So with the New Orleans Saints on the clock, I'm thinking Ruben Bain here. You know, to me it's the best player available, and I think the Saints, tend to like players like this that kind of just fall in their lap.
I mean, yeah, it's what I think is the best defensive lineman in the class. Just has a couple of question marks with character and with some size issues, but I just still think he's the most productive player in the class, and you're going to get that year one, and you're going to see it happen really quick.
Yep.
And now we get to the Chiefs on the clock at 9.
Smoke here about trades, but
yep, definitely some smoke here about trades. I definitely forgot I am picking, not you. I was waiting for your pick there.
You.
They need defense, and they need a corner. They just need anybody in that secondary they can get. Take Mansour to Lane, and you're in love with it. There's not much more to say about that. You just need secondary if you're the Chiefs. So you don't have to score 60 points a game.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. And people were talking about Mansour Delane to the Chiefs early, and they kind of have moved off of that recently. But it just makes too much sense, I think. So a good pick there. So we get back to the Giants here on the clock, and so I think where did we have them go? With
Caleb
number
Downs.
5. Yeah, Caleb Downs with number 5. All right, so I got him here. I think since they don't get their tackle there at number 5, I think they probably go with him here at number 10, and we get Spencer Fano going off the board. He just feels like a giant.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay. Yeah. I don't hate it. Jordan Tyson a lot there.
Yeah, I have heard the Jordan Tyson thing, I guess, and maybe that's a slip on my mind because I'm not as high on him because of the injury history. But there has been recent talk about Jordan Tyson to the Giants. There's been recent talk about Jordan Tyson to everybody. They say he's going top 10. They say he's going top 5. They say he's going to the Cowboys at 12. Like, no, I don't think anyone knows where Tyson's going here yet.
No, and I don't. Like I said, I don't hate the Fano pick either. I mean, they need the offensive line, whether it's right tackle or guard. Fano can play both. He can slide even inside the center if you really need him to, and just get a little more protection for your young quarterback. So, I don't hate it at all.
Yep.
I noticed you did pass on the other Ohio State guy, hoping he'd fall to you, and I'll let that happen, actually. I'm going to go Jordan Tyson here with Miami.
Ooh, okay. I honestly, I'll let you go.
I'm just give Malik Willis somebody to throw the ball to, and I watched a little bit of his workout that he had the other day, and he's just moving so great right now, and the dude's just such a crazy athlete.
It's just such a good athlete. Like, I mean, I think we've talked about it before, where you just watch him and he just kind of reminds me of Odell Beckham, but he's longer. And so the injury history worries me huge, and I do think that athletes like that tend to be prone to injury because of the positions they're able to put their body in. But I love the pick for the Dolphins.
Doctors did come out and say hamstrings 100%. Collarbone's a collarbone. You're playing a contact sport. That is what it is. It's fine though. And the knee thing, if you watch the play, anybody's blowing their knee out.
Yeah, everyone. I was going to say,
and they do believe that is 100%. Yeah, they do believe that is 100% healthy. So I don't think there's too much more injury concern with him, but there still is a little. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
Prone to
And,
injury.
yep. Yep. So, well, and I get to pick for the Cowboys this time around, which I absolutely love. I mean, you're hovering over it. Just go ahead and pick him. I
Yep.
have said kind of this whole draft process, I don't love the idea of the Cowboys trading all that much, especially to go up, just because I think the way you sit there at 12, there's a very good chance that somebody like Ruben Bain, like Sonny Styles, like Mansour Delane, maybe even Caleb Downs could slide to you. There's just so much opportunity for one of those guys to fall. I think you stick there at 12, you get a great player in Sonny Styles and a player that was linked to Dallas early on.
Yep. No, I don't hate it at all. And I'm actually on the clock for the Rams. I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. I'm going to give them Kenyon Sadiq right here.
Ooh, I don't hate that at all. Yeah.
I fell in love with it. Peter Schrager actually did it today. He had him trading back to get Sadiq, but I think it's a better option than, I'm not going to say than Mekhi Lemon, but you have Tyler Higbee there at tight end, who is 30, pushing 32, I think, at this point. And he isn't really that productive anymore. Vontae Adams is still being extremely productive at his age, so you can kind of afford to not go receiver and maybe even get one in the second round and just go get your best, get the tight end that you can also line up at receiver. He's faster than Mekhi Lemon, by the way.
That's crazy. Where I mean, he's a crazy athlete and just he's such a compact body. You know what I mean? His style and his athleticism
might be able to do with him.
100%. Like, you can put him in the backfield, you can put him in the slot. He could probably play out wide just fine. Like, he's a weapon. He's a weapon for sure. I don't hate that at all. I like that for the Rams. And it leaves some receivers falling. And I do think that Baltimore would be a team that would be interested in something like that. But I think Baltimore tends to be the team that makes the safe pick and the right pick more often than not. And I think that you got Ioane sitting here at 14. You got to take him.
Pull the trigger. No, I don't hate that at all. I mean, he's sitting there. They need interior line. They need anything they can get after what they lost in the offseason on the offensive line. So just take the best player available for you. And we get to the Buccaneers at 15. This is a spot, I mean, obviously we're not doing it here. I could definitely see the Buccaneers trading back because they're not in love with the edges here. And picking up a linebacker and edge at the back end of the first. But with that being said, I am going to have him go Team Mesidor here.
I like that
probably
pick.
Just the best pure pick, Yep, if they're going to stick and pick, I mean, he's the best pure pass rusher. I think the only thing that they're thinking is that might be taking him a little too high. But he's a super good pass rusher. He's going to come in year one and be impactful. He's just old with a little bit of character concern.
Sure. I really think 15 to 17 is most likely his range. So I really do think that it most likely is going to be one of those three teams, especially if for some reason the Jets, go with like an Arvell Reese or something like that at number 2. But yeah, no, I like Akeem Mesidor. Now, I have a sneaky theory here. I'm just going to mention it. We're not doing trades. But I have a sneaky theory here that Tampa could be a team that I could see trading all the way back into like the 20s. And taking Jacob Hernandez there. Or Jacob Rodriguez. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious.
Way to be a little racist there, Cody. Sorry. That is staying in, by the way.
Anyway, no cutting that. Whoops. Sorry, Jake. But
yes,
so yeah,
I definitely agree. That's kind of what I was. That's what I was kind of hinting at is a Jacob Rodriguez, CJ Allen type player. But I do believe that if they stick and pick, it will be Mesidor there.
Yep. So, all right, we get here to pick 16 with the New York Jets again. And let's see here. So we had him at David Bailey there in the front of it. I think I like Mekhi Lemon right here. Did Peter Peter Schrager actually did that today. I do like Mekhi Lemon here just as a weapon on offense, kind of a dog. I feel like that's an Aaron Glenn guy, if you will.
Yep. I have noticed we've taken a lot of Schrager type picks right now.
I mean, the dude's plugged, and it makes sense.
He knows what he's talking about. And honestly, I do agree with a lot of what he did, especially towards the top of the first round. Some of the stuff in the back, and I'm not 100% sure on, but...
Yeah, I think he's firing on the trades. I really don't agree with any of the trades he made in the first round, but I think he's just taking his shot.
I think also a thing to be no, like he said it today too, is once you get after 20 in this draft class, it's kind
Yeah.
of a pick your poison of
Yep.
what are you really looking for. Because I think 21 to 51 is the same caliber
Yeah.
of player.
Roughly. Yeah, depending on who you like. So, all right.
And we get to the Lions here. They're going to go their left tackle. They need a left tackle to replace Taylor Decker. I don't think they're in love with any of the D linemen right here, so I think they just go left tackle here and feel good about it.
Fair.
Can't hate when you go offensive line.
Yep. No, I was going to say, yep, you take them, and we'll see how the Lions do this year, and we'll see how Monroe Freeling does for the Lions. So we get the Minnesota Vikings picking right after them, and sometimes the mocks are just right.
I do believe. I don't think I've seen a mock that he's not going here.
So sometimes they're just right, and I do think that there's a ton of interest there. And I don't think that I think if you would tell me in like no matter who is picking at 18 that they took Dylan Thieneman at 18, I would say that's great value.
Mm-hmm. And I think people are getting too caught up in the he reminds of Harrison Smith. He's a completely different player than Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
Harrison Smith was never the athlete Thieneman was.
No. At all. No. I think Thieneman's kind of like a defensive weapon, He's going to be moved around a little bit. Like he's going to play roughly. I'll let you go on him.
No, yeah, I definitely agree too. I think he just goes. He can be all over your field, and it's just something that
he's going to play a little corner, a little safety, a little linebacker. Yeah,
and Flores is going to make that dude look insanely good too.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is a mastermind. We get to the Panthers on the clock now at 19, and it's something we've done before, and I'm just going to do it again because it just makes sense to me as Omar Cooper Jr.
It really does.
Panthers.
Yep.
It's just a completely different player than what you have there in Coker and in Ted McMillan. Yep, Ted McMillan. And I think he just opens all of them up in such a good way to help your young quarterback.
Nope, I absolutely agree. I think it just makes too much sense. He's a really good player, and for all the reasons that you said, I completely agree. So, good player there. I get to pick for my Cowboys one more time, and we're sticking and picking here at 20. And I gotta be honest, the dream here for me, and this is just because I like the player so much, and I think people are a little bit lower on him than maybe they should be, because I think a linebacker who can take away the football is really valuable. I really want to take Jacob Rodriguez here. I think Jermon McCoy.
Sonny Styles.
Yeah, with already. Oh man, I forgot we got Sonny Styles. We're partying. I mean, take two linebackers. You really need it. You know what I mean? Because you do have DeMarvion Overshown, who you expect to start, of course, next to whoever you take. But at the same time, like you really don't have a lot of depth behind him that you feel super, super comfortable about. They haven't signed anybody in free agency that I would say would make them feel comfortable, like going out there and playing a game with that linebacking core. I'm not gonna take Jacob Rodriguez here. It's a whole ado about nothing. But I think I will probably take Keldrick Falk.
Okay.
Sometimes where there's smoke, there is fire. I do think the Cowboys are interested in Keldrick Falk, and I don't hate the player. I wish at 20, at pick 20, you were getting a player that was a little bit better as a pass rusher, or that you had more faith in to develop as a pass rusher. But I don't think Keldrick Falk is going to be a bad player. So good pick at 20.
No, I don't hate that at all. Here at 21, between two guys, and I think I'm actually going to go a little crazy and go Maxi and Acho here for them. Because they still do have Broderick Jones, who can play some this year, and then you can kind of let Maxi and Acho just kind of figure out his role. Because he's still a young, raw player, but he's raw, but he has all the tools that you expect to make an all-pro type player. So
he's a solid player at tackle. Just once he gets his hands on you, it really is hard to get off.
Yep. His feet just need a little bit of work, and he's still young. He has not set in his way, so if you do want to kick him into guard, it's not like he's too long to be inside a guard. Like, you can play him at guard, too.
Yeah.
So if Broderick Jones does take the step.
Yeah, I think I've heard that some teams have him as high as the second best offensive lineman on their board. So I love that for the
Mhm.
Steelers. And so we get to the Chargers here on the clock. And man, scroll down a little bit for me here because I don't
Yep.
know if the Chargers will love everything that they've got on the board right here in terms of value. But all right, let's see here. You can scroll back up a little bit because I don't think that they're going to go tackle here. I think actually, you know what? I think go ahead and take Emmanuel Pregnon here
Pregnon. Okay. I
because
don't hate that at all.
they need the interior help, and I have also heard the teams are super high on Pregnon. So, and
Mhm.
I'm high on Pregnon. I would not hate the pick for the Chargers at all. In fact, I would actually really love it. I think it would be a really great move to solidify the interior of that line because you've got two other great players at all or on your ends. So, anyways, Pregnon to the Chargers. I like the pick.
Yep. No, I love that pick. And then we get to the Eagles, and ooh, I don't know what to do here. I'm between Caden Proctor and TJ Parker. It's two really good players that have shown on tape they can be dominant and it really progress as well as you want it to in 2025. And they're both Eagles types picks, just really good players that fell to them.
Right. Right.
And
I totally
I'm going
agree
to actually go TJ Parker to the Eagles.
Okay.
I think if somebody can, the Eagles would find a way to get his 2024 film back out of him, and it might be a game over with that defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, if he can become the player that he was in, or develop off of the player that he was in 2024 with Clemson, then the Eagles got themselves another nasty one. So congratulations. But okay, so yeah, we get back here to Cleveland, and let's see here, where did they go at 6? I'm trying to remember now.
We had them go Maui Noah.
Okay, so they got their offensive linemen, so I don't have to worry too much about that per se. Yeah, I think wide receiver they would definitely be looking at here. I guess probably over most other things. I could see them trying to add on defense, maybe a little bit at corner as well. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead and throw me the receivers in the corners. Let's see what's there.
Let's see. You got your receivers. You got your corners.
Yeah, I think actually, you know what? I am just going to go ahead and do the Peter Schrager thing again. I mean, my favorite player on the board right here, probably for Cleveland, would probably be Denzel Boston. Yeah.
Yep, I do agree. Yeah, definitely don't need a KC Concepcion because you kind of got that in Jerry Jeudy-ish.
Yeah.
Your stretcher.
They have depth that I think can do things like that, but they definitely don't have a guy like Denzel Boston. To be honest with you, I could see them looking at Denzel Boston and him kind of reminding them of like a Terrell Pryor in terms of like what Terrell Pryor was at receiver for them.
Yep, no, I don't hate that. We get to the Bears, and I'm just going to have him go Tatum McDonald here.
I love it.
I just think he's too good not to be in the first round. I think that's the best fit. Yep.
He is a run, plug-in, space-eating D tackle. So I like it for Chicago right there. And we get to Buffalo here on the clock. What did Schrager have? He had Peter Woods here, and I just don't have a good feel for what Buffalo will do here, to be completely honest with you.
They're a very big trade back team for me here. Or just take best player available on defense.
Right. And yeah, who do they think that would be? Though maybe it is Peter Woods for them. I mean, and that's it. This is kind of being like another one of those situations where sometimes the mocks are just right, because he has been linked to them heavily. So I think I will just go ahead and go Peter Woods here for the Bills, just because I don't have a great feel for it, and they're heavily linked. So
no, I don't hate that at all. We get to the Niners on the clock here. Interior. You're looking at interior and you're looking at your edge positions because that's really what they need. And edge is good for them if it stays healthy. They just don't have much depth outside of what they Nick Bosa and Michael Williams, and both of them are coming off of a pretty bad injury, so you don't really know what you're going to get from either guy when they come back. But that being said, I actually am going to have him go Chase Basantis here.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like that. So, like, get the O-line help, because I mean, injuries just happen in the NFL.
O-line out. Yep, it's a very bad O-line outside of Trent Williams.
Yeah, and you expect to be a lot healthier on defense next year. You expect Michael Williams to be healthy and also take a step. So, yeah, no, I agree with going O-line here over defense. So we get to the Houston Texans on the clock. And I think that they probably are thinking the same thing. Max Ihenacho has been pretty heavily linked here, but with him not being available, then I think, man, I can't believe we actually passed on Caden Proctor. I would not have expected him to be here. Do the Texans?
No, it's kind of just crazy what this offensive line or this draft is like a guy that could go in the top 10 could almost also go in the top back into the 20s.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I think I was gonna go Blake Miller here for them just because it made maybe a little bit more sense. Maybe even Caleb Lomu. Caden Proctor's on the board. I think you just take him.
Nope. I mean, I don't hate that at all.
Yep.
And you get to the Chiefs here, and they already took Mansour Delane.
Mm-hmm.
And they
lose Leo Chanel this offseason too.
Part of me wants to. No, I'm going to go Emmanuel Warren for them. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they need safety help. They need linebacker help. They can still use corner help.
After, it was. For me, it was between McNeil Warren and Jermon McCoy, and I just don't know Jermon McCoy's. Nobody knows what his value is now because of his knee.
No one knows. Yeah, I really think, to me, in my opinion, and I have zero idea how teams feel, but to me, he feels like a second round. Throw a dart at the board. Year. Yeah, throw a dart at the board, you know what I mean? Because if he ends up being good, he could end up being really good. So, I think
he'd be the best corner prospect in the last 2 years.
For sure. If he ends up building off of his 2024 tape and being that kind of NFL player, then I mean, goodness gracious, he's going to be a top 3, top 4 corner in the NFL by the end of his rookie contract.
Yep. If not in his first year.
Yep. But with the injury concerns, I just can't take him with the first round pick here. So I'm going to pass on him again with the Miami Dolphins, and they could really use. I know we went receiver with them earlier. No.
Yes, they went Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, get Jordan Tyson there. I think. I wonder if this would be a spot for like Lomu. I could see them going Colton Hood here. I could see, Allen going right here. They do need corner. Like I could maybe Terrell, something like that. I do think Avion. I think the 4.6 40 is enough to push Terrell a little bit down the board here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could pass on a guy like Colton Hood right here.
I don't hate that at all. I think just need defensive help. They just need help. And we talked about it. When we get to the Patriots on the board, and I don't think they're going to love any of these D linemen. And to be honest, I think they're going to go.
Ooh,
and then you have your choice, Allen or Rodriguez. And I think Vrabel just loves Rodriguez. That just seems like a very Vrabel guy.
Just try hard, cowboy hat wearing linebacker. That feels like Mike Vrabel. And we have said, pretty much you and I have said since before the college football season was over, was that he was going to be a first round pick, regardless of what smoke we heard about him, him falling down draft boards. So yeah, it surprises me. Yeah, it surprises me that we haven't gone him yet. He kind of slipped my mind just a little bit after the Cowboys. I just love that player so much. But it's a great pick for the Patriots. I mean, he's going to be a stud on defense, and that defense is going to be freaking nasty if you get that guy.
Yep.
So that means Yep, that means that I am going to be sitting here picking for the Seattle Seahawks. And I wonder if they would be willing, if their doctors were comfortable with going with like a Jermod McCoy if he fell all the way to right here, or if they would be willing to maybe like trade back for a corner, because I think that I think
This is
they've been linked
definitely
to.
we're going to trade down from this spot, I do believe.
Yeah, because
Even
there's
if it's
three
just
corners.
2 spots.
There's 3 corners on the board that I really like, that I think they would be willing to take in McCoy, Cisse, and Johnson, Chris Johnson from San Diego State. But I do think that they would like the pass rusher a little more, knowing that the DBs are still on the board. You can go ahead and take Zion Young here.
Yeah. He's just a guy that I know we do love a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they lose their third down guy in the offseason.
Yeah, we brought him in a lot. I mean, we did a lot of meetings with him, and we've been linked to him a lot. So, and we get to the Jets on the clock, and I think this is where the fall ends.
Ooh, okay.
And Jermod McCoy goes.
They got enough draft picks, you might as well.
Yeah, if the Jets can come out of this draft with David Bailey, Mekhi Lemon, and Jermod McCoy,
if they all end up being good, this is beyond a home run. This is a grand slam.
I mean, you just got your Sauce Gardner replacement right there in the second round, and then you replenish your pass rush and added a stud receiver. I think they would be
absolutely.
Jets fans will be very happy in the streets.
Yeah, no kidding. No, and they dang well should be. This is a heck of a draft for the Jets so far. Assuming that Jermod McCoy ends up being good and David Bailey ends up being a good pass rusher, I really don't have that many questions that Mekhi Lemon will be a good receiver. But
no, just character concern. But what receiver doesn't have that?
Pretty much exactly. So, so we get here to the Cardinals again, and they go Jeremiah Love in the first round. I think you just set me up for this, to be honest with you. Take the quarterback. It just smells like Ty Simpson season a little bit here, especially with the holdout with Jacoby Brissett.
Even John Schneider actually said that he's willing to trade back with a division rival to give them their quarterback of the future. So I could almost 79% guarantee you that we're trading back with the Cardinals. And they're going to go Ty Simpson at 32.
If Seattle's GM is going to the media to say, come trade with us, Arizona, take your quarterback, that probably means that they watched the quarterback and they are not worried about that. Yeah. So
that is true, but anyway. he is saying that, and that means I do believe that is written in the stars that Ty Simpson is going to go to the Arizona Cardinals at pick 32. We're just not doing trades.
There it is. All right.
And Tennessee is on the clock now, and we had them go They go Arvell.
They did go Arvell Reese at 4. He fell there. Yeah.
Yeah, you get Arvell Reese at 4. Sitting here at 35. There's 2 spots. You go Jadarian Price here, or you get a receiver.
I think you go interior O-line too. I think it's a few of those guys.
I don't hate it. I just don't know. Yeah. I mean, you got Keenan Rutledge, and that's a Keelan Rutledge, which I don't hate that at all for them. But
I think Jalen Farmer can sneak up there.
Yep, I do too. But I'm gonna have them go Chris Bell here. I think he's the best receiver outside of the top 3 in this draft.
Yeah, I would agree.
He just has a little bit of injury concern with coming off of a torn ACL, but
he's probably not going to be there for you in the first few weeks. But
everything I heard, he's on track. He's on schedule, and I mean, he's 6'2", 220, and can just go get a football and really good route tree on for the guy that size. So
not typical big guy, contested ball catcher guy. He can do that, but I mean, like his one of his strengths as a receiver is getting separation, and he's got those long arms to get balls that are thrown a little bit higher outside. So
and he's going to catch it and break at least one tackle.
Yeah, boy's a Yak King. So I like Chris Bell right there. So good pick. We get to the Raiders, and let's see here. I mean, gosh, man, if they wouldn't assign 2 linebackers within an hour of each other, then I might be looking at C.J. Allen right here, because I thought you might go with him right there at Tennessee. Ooh, so the Raiders. What? I guess they don't really badly need interior offensive line anymore. Probably, I guess maybe this is where. What are we looking at for a receiver?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think their 2 biggest places they'll go here is either receiver or tackle.
Yeah,
I
guess tackle.
I don't even know who they have playing right tackle for them this year.
You know, we left Lomu on the board as well. So
Lomu and Blake Miller.
Blake Miller. Ooh, why does Blake Miller feel like a Raider? Why does Blake Miller just feel like a Raider?
Because they have Colton Miller.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. I think I'm gonna take him though. Why not? I mean, I do think if they're looking. I do think if they're looking for a tackle, a lot of teams are high on Blake Miller, so I mean it does make sense. But for whatever reason, it just clicked in my mind right there. Like that just feels like a Raider.
Miller Towers instead of the Twin Towers, huh?
There it is.
They don't fall.
Oh well, I was gonna say, well, careful. We're gonna post this,
Giants get on the clock again. They have what did we go? We said Fano and Downs, right? Is that what we did?
Yeah, I was gonna say Downs and Fano. Covered a lot of needs there. You're gonna have to actually draft here, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I actually am gonna just have him go C.J. Allen here.
I don't hate it. They don't get they don't get Sonny Styles, so.
Yep, they don't get Sonny Styles, so now you get your linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Georgia.
Roquan Smith-esque. So he just got his Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith for John Harbaugh, and I think he will love that.
Yeah. That it makes a ton of sense right there, to be honest with you. And I think teams are going to be a little bit lower on C.J. Allen after his pro day. It looked like a little less athletic than you would have hoped for. And to be honest with you, the knee kind of concerns me a little bit. Because he didn't run because of knee swelling. So that tells me one of 2 things. Or maybe even both. It tells me that you were going to run slow anyways, and it tells me that there's some injury concern there potentially. So, I mean, he falls all the way to 37. He's a great pick at 37 because I do think that he's probably a first-round player if the athletic score checked out.
Yep, no, I do agree. I mean, he's a very physical sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
Good tackler, above average tackler.
Indeed, and gosh, I think. Did Peter Schrager do this in his mock? Was it Casey Concepcion to the Texans, or no? He went to the Panthers in his. I'm going to send him to the Texans. So I think you got there's big question marks about Tank Dell and kind of what's going on with him, and I wonder if they're going to be looking for an offensive weapon because they've had real problems keeping their receivers healthy over there in Houston.
And we get to the Browns on the clock, who have gone tackle, gone receiver. Still need that quarterback, but there's nothing really here at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Could upgrade the defense, obviously. But I am actually going to have them. What was I just thinking of having them do? And I forgot. Interior line. Yep, I'm going to have to go Keelan Rutledge here.
Ooh. I like it. Especially since I passed on a guard right there at Houston because I just say that because they took Caden Proctor there in the first round. I don't know if they're going to double up right here. So, yeah.
No, I get that.
I mean, Keelan Rutledge there to Cleveland.
They get their tackle, they get their guard in this class. And the good thing is Keelan Rutledge probably doesn't have to play right away because they did sign some good veterans in the interior. But I believe they're only on 1, maybe 2-year deals.
Yeah.
So
you're giving that offense a lot of help. So, you're giving yourself truly your best chance to actually field a decide
if these quarterbacks are even worth it or go get one next year. Make sure you have a team around your next quarterback.
I think they're getting one next year no matter what. No, even if
Deshaun can come back.
If he steps on the field and plays well, I think it's still over in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like they've got if it's me, I am so burned by how this has gone that I'll let you go prove it somewhere else again. Like, I'm just going to take another guy. It's time to move on. But he's got the money for now, so you might as well play him because you've got a huge question mark there. But yeah, not spending too long on that. We got KC here on the clock now, and let's see here. Where did we go with them in the first round?
We had to go Emmanuel McNeil Warren and Mansour Delane.
Oh yeah, that's right. You picked double DB there. So let's see here. Show me the linebackers, the edges, and the wide receivers. I guess. Oh, I guess they got DB on that. We're covered there. But I do think that losing Leo Chanel was a big deal to them. To be honest with you.
I do too. I just don't know if there's a Leo Chanel
just a
type
little
player.
bit. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I don't think I am. All right, so I feel like to me this could be an R. Mason Thomas spot. I'm pretty high on him. I think that if he went somewhere in the 20s or just in the bottom of the first round, I really wouldn't hate the pick for somebody if they thought they could develop him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with R. Mason Thomas here to the Chiefs.
No, I don't hate that at all. I think he's a guy that definitely can play a little interior and exterior, and a guy, and you just need players on defense. We've already said that. I think that gets you there. And then we get to the Bengals here, and they just need defense. They got their interior D-line kind of figured out now, obviously, with Dexter Lawrence trade.
Yeah.
They do need offensive line help, too. I just don't know if I love to them, because they more need interior line help. I'm going to pull the trigger. Jalen Farmer to the Bengals.
Okay. I like it. I really like it. Yeah. I think the fit is there.
Yeah. I think guard class gets a little weak after the first round, so you just go,
strong. Yeah.
Yeah. You reach a little bit, but you need a guard so bad. I think you addressed your defense as much as you could in offseason.
You got to try to keep Joe Burrow on the field.
Trades. Yeah, exactly. If you keep Joe Burrow on the field, you can win games. I mean, they had paper playing defense 2 years ago, and they went on a 6-0 run to almost make it back to the playoffs after Joe Burrow came back from injury.
Yep. Yeah, the only time they've had a top 10 defense since Joe Burrow got drafted, they went to the freaking Super Bowl. So,
yeah,
and they got
just give them a top 16,
basically. So, yeah, no, I love Farmer there. So we get to the Saints here, and let's see here. We went Ruben Bain. Do they have a second? I think they only just had one first round pick, right?
They just had one, Ruben Bain.
So, yeah, we went Ruben Bain. Let's see here. Well, I wonder if show me. I wonder if maybe they would like Lee Hunter. I wonder if maybe they would really like Lee Hunter.
You like that?
Show me the linebackers. I want to see. Just show me D-line linebacker here. Because I don't think I'm really missing on a receiver that I love this high. I think they could wait a little bit. Ooh, man, I love Josiah Trotter. I really love Josiah Trotter. I wonder now now that I'm really just getting a look at who's available for him here. I wonder if they wouldn't like Caleb Banks over Lee Hunter just for the potential and the athleticism. Go ahead and take Caleb Banks. Or no, we went the end. So yeah, we'll go Caleb Banks here. We'll beef up that D line a little bit. I'm fine with that.
No, I don't hate that at all. We get to Miami on the clock here. And I'm just gonna have them go corner. And they're gonna go Chris Johnson here.
Ooh,
honestly, I can't believe he's still on the board here, and probably the best corner left on the board. Probably a first-round pick guy.
Yeah, honestly.
The only bad thing about his tape that you can say, the only negative you can say about Chris Johnson is level of competition. Other than that, you can't find a bad play on his tape.
Right. Nope, absolutely. And he did. There was some reps at the Senior Bowl where you saw him struggle a little bit when he did go up against that like higher level competition. So I think maybe that's where the question marks come from, where he might not be a first rounder on everybody's board or like a first round worthy player, I should say, on everybody's board. But I really like Chris Johnson as well. I think he'll figure it out in the NFL. So
I did just realize, did we just have him double up on corner?
Yeah, they took Colton Hood. Yep, they took Colton Hood. But I mean, they need help on defense bad enough.
Yeah,
that, I don't hate it right there at all. And honestly, especially like we were talking about, it just takes one team to have him. Like if they've got him ranked at number 24, 25 on their board, and they just had Colton Hood ranked 20th on their board. Then, they take Colton Hood and shoot, we got player 24 here at 43. You got to take him.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
Yep. So it just takes one team. I don't hate it at all. The Jets get here, and what have we done for the Jets up to this point? Because they've had a really good draft. So they got Makai Lemon,
McCoy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got
Bailey.
McCoy, Bailey, and Lemon. Let's see here. They lose Quinnen Williams. I wonder if they would really like to add a player like Christian Miller or Lee Hunter here. I mean, neither of them are going to add up to what Quinnen Williams was, but I think Aaron Glenn's kind of looking for a guy who can maybe plug the middle more. And I don't think that's Hunter. I think that's
Devondre. To be kind of that
they did
stopper.
trade. Oh, wow. And I'm glad you reminded me of that because I forgot they got Mozzie Smith too. So they kind of do have two guys who can plug up the middle. That's actually a good call. You know what? I think they're going to go Avion Terrell here. I think he's fallen far enough.
Yep. Double up. Another team that there's a lot of teams that just need corner.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams I think are going to double up on corner just because of how deep this class is and how much they need it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't hate that pick at all. And now we get to the Ravens here. And the Ravens went Ioane in the first round. And I think they go get their receiver and they go get Jeremy Bernard here.
I like it.
Yeah, a guy that can just go get open for Lamar Jackson. I don't know. He's always open anytime they need him to be. Always can make a play after the catch. Kind of like a Zay Flowers, but a little bigger.
He's not, this is not a player comp. Don't mistake it for one. But he reminds me a little bit of like Amari Cooper, and it is a little bit of a jersey comparison sort of thing because they both went to Alabama. But in terms of there wasn't a lot special about Amari Cooper except for that he checked all the boxes and he was a really good route runner. But otherwise, he wasn't one of the physical, crazy freaks that you would take in the top 10. And I think Jeremy Bernard kind of just reminds me of him like Amari Cooper light, just a really good route runner, checks all the boxes. So I like it. So yeah, we get to Tampa here, and they went, where did we go with them in the first round?
Akeem Mesidor.
Oh yeah, they took their edge right there. Okay. Okay. I wonder if they would show me who's here at linebacker. I don't know. This feels maybe a little early for tight end unless I could have them go with Sam Roush. Oh wow, yeah. I think, man, you lose a Levante David. I don't know. He's not going to bring you nothing in coverage, but go with Josiah Trotter because that guy's going to go a little higher than people expect, I think.
Upside to play coverage, too. I think that's what people aren't talking about. He's probably the best run defender in this class. He just lacks in coverage, but he has the ability to. I think his biggest problem is he just doesn't drop deep enough. So.
Yeah, if he has any upside in coverage at all, then the dude's going to be such a stud. So I like Josiah Trotter quite a bit. And yep, they get their guy.
Get to the Colts here. And I'm going to actually have them. Oh, they have him listed at corner, huh? Yep. I'm going to go trade in Stoops here.
I like it.
Reports are Kenny Moore's probably on the out this offseason. Might even be a draft day trade. That kind of replaces Kenny Moore. And he can also play a little safety and outside corner. He just kind of plays all over the field, and he's good at it.
Yep. Yeah, I like trading Stoops quite a bit. He could even go higher than this, but...
Yep. No, I could definitely see him going higher.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not even low on these DBs. I just think, the way this mock draft for us is shaken out, it's just kind of the way that it is falling. But we get here to the Atlanta Falcons, and... they have some options here. I wonder. Because I'm not a huge fan of their options at receiver here. I don't think that's a big enough need to kind of reach for a guy at this point. I wonder. Let's see here. Who do they have at defensive tackle? Would this be a Lee Hunter spot?
Yeah, they definitely need defensive tackle. They did just trade. I forget. They just traded their guy for the Jags, Mason Smith.
Oh, okay. I
But
don't know if that stops you necessarily from drafting
no,
him. But show me. I want to see. Let me get a list here of who the D line and the linebackers are. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody here because I almost went Cassius Howell just right off the rip because that just feels like a Falcons like just an itty bitty pass rusher who come on third down
yeah,
to
but they
maybe
did
make a
just take
difference.
2 in the first round last year. And reports
Yeah,
are James Pierce will be back. He's not missing too much time. He might be suspended for a few games, but
yeah. Okay. Well, so I think I'm gonna go with Lee Hunter here. I think he's kind of probably
okay.
fallen far enough at this point.
I love Lee Hunter. I
Yeah.
might be my top interior defensive lineman.
I like him quite a bit as well. He's slippery. Yep. That's kind of how I would just describe him. He's just slippery in the middle there. I don't think he's like a big hole plugger like your traditional defensive tackle nose guard type, but he has a pass rush upside just because it just seems hard to get his hands on or hard to get your hands on for an O-lineman.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Vikings on the clock here. I'm just going to go Jadarian Price here. They're just taking the positions of need and the best player at those available.
Yeah, I don't think this is too early for Jadarian Price. I don't.
No, I mean, there's reports he might go in the first round. I don't believe he will.
Mm-hmm.
Some teams do still think he might.
Right. So let's see here. The Lions in the first round. Who did we go with? Monroe. Okay, so yeah, so we're kind of at that point in the draft where now we're like, okay. They get their tackle. I think they probably get their tackle again and go Christian Miller.
I do like Christian Miller's upside. I think he has the least amount shown on tape, but he has the highest upside of all the D tackles to be a 3-down pass rushing, run stopping D tackle.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the Lions have players that they like on defense. It just doesn't perform well. And I think maybe at this point they think, hey, we just need to get somebody to plug the middle, free up our pass rushers, and it's going to make everybody play better.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I don't love that. Trying to kind of look at what interior. That's kind of a Derek Brown-esque player. We're going to go Omar Cooper.
Yep.
I am going to have him go. I'm going to go Max Clare here.
Okay. Interesting. I seen you almost do it. Almost do it.
Yeah. I just think they might value Max Clare a little bit more. He's I think he's an above average run blocker, and they have Jatavian Sanders there right now, and Ian Thomas, and neither of them really run block well at all.
Yep.
So
I don't hate it. So we get here to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You're the Packers, buddy.
Oh, it's the Packers. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, you're right. Well, actually, honestly, I like that better because I was really questioning myself there with the Steelers. But so as far as I'm aware, this is the first pick for the Packers this year, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So they kind of need a lot too, as well. I mean, in my opinion, they could go a lot of different directions here. I want to see who's on the board for corners and like interior offensive linemen, or just offensive linemen as a whole, to be honest with you. Show me linebackers as well. Sorry.
Oh.
All right, give me the nice little scroll through here. All right. Ooh. I wonder if they'd really like Kyle Lewis here.
Okay.
I think, because he's kind of a guy that can drop in and play linebacker for him. Like, they haven't had a ton of good linebacker play besides Edgerrin Cooper, and even that has been like a little spotty at some times. But really, I mean, he can play, the box safety position, and he can do a little bit of coverage stuff too. So I like Kyle Lewis there.
At all. We get to the Steelers back on the clock here. I'm going to have them. I'm going to have them go Gabe this year.
Okay.
Reports are Highsmith might be traded and be out of there, so I think that's a great replacement. He just feels like kind of a Steeler type player, big, hard, physical guy.
Yeah, no, I don't hate that at all. He does feel like a Steeler type guy, and I mean, if he did end up being good, then that would be a really good player to have, across from, or in tandem with T.J. Watt there. Philadelphia went with their edge in the first round. Otherwise, I would say maybe a Cassius Howell would be kind of, because they really have a thing for, like, they're okay with a little bit of an undersized, like, pass rushing linebacker. But I'm not going to do that since they get TJ Parker there in the first round. Did they get it? Did we go with a tackle as well? Did we? No, we did not.
Taking TJ Parker.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, you get Caleb Lomu fall this far.
Yeah, I just realized how far he's gone down.
I was kind of looking at him the last few picks, and I'm like, doesn't really make sense. Yeah. But it makes sense here.
Chargers on the clock.
Mm-hmm. There's a player in there that I really like. Okay.
I think they feel actually better than a lot of people think at receiver.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Trey Harris, Quentin Johnston, and Ladd McConkey.
And the emergence of Rondé Gadsden.
Yeah, Khalil Mack did come back for another year, but he's retiring any day now. Get a guy that can just come. And now he doesn't have to play all 3 downs if you don't need him to, and kind of just develop.
Right. I like it. I quite like it. I think that's a smarter pick than maybe what I would have just done right there for them. But with that being said, we get to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I feel like maybe, they are a tight end need team. This could be a Sam Roush spot, because I have heard that teams are quite high on Sam Roush. And I kind of want to put him somewhere in these top 2 rounds just because I think he'll go. So I'm going to go with him right here.
No, I don't hate that at all. And now we get to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
We had them go Caden McDonald.
We did.
I'm going to go Cassius Howell right here. I mean, shoot, he's fallen this far. Get a pass rusher.
Yeah, okay.
They need pass rush.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. We'll see if he can develop into anything there. I mean, he's definitely going to just be a third down designated guy for the first probably year or 2 of his career, and then we'll kind of see what happens after that. But I mean, if he can get to the quarterback at all, then this is going to be it'll be a really good addition for Chicago here. That D-line is going to look a whole lot different.
Oh yeah.
So, and then we get to the 49ers here. Where did they go in the first round for us?
That's a great question.
They had Caleb Lomu and Schrager's. Chase Bisontis. So they already went interior O-line. Okay. Well, that does make things a little bit easier for me. So show me what we got at corner and safety. I don't want to just make a pick here without kind of knowing what we got. I think they don't really have anybody playing the slot for them right now, do they?
Not really, no. Kind of just whoever's out there.
Yeah, because I mean, they have had a history of just kind of picking up like long, like lengthy, undervalued outside corners. But I feel like maybe they could go with a Keontae Scott type right here.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
Probably can play at safety too for you if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he's a guy that I like maybe could sneak into the top or into the first round.
Yes. What did these Texans do? Sorry.
You're good.
No, yeah, I could definitely see Keontae Scott going a lot higher than where we have him. I think the Texans are going to try and solidify this interior. Just go Dominique Orange.
Okay. Yeah. Don't hate it.
Kind of already took a little bit of everything. Go get the guy that can just be a run stuffer now.
Yeah.
Just clog the middle.
Yep. Nope. I totally agree with you. So we get right back here to Chicago. You had them taking Cassius Howell. They've got Caden McDonald. So that D-line's looking quite a bit different right now. And I guess maybe in a different world, I would probably maybe go offense for them here if I love the receiver that I thought was there. So I think maybe like this is a spot for Skylar Bell or something like that potentially. but I'm going to have him go Brandon Cisse right here.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
He's fallen so far, and I mean, Chicago needs the DBs, and I think that you just slap him across from Jalen Johnson and let him go to work, and he'll be all right for you.
Definitely agree. Now you get to the Rams on the clock, and they haven't gone anybody. Nope, sorry, they definitely did. They went with Kenyon Sadiq.
Yes, yeah, we had him with Kenyon Sadiq there in the first.
I'm going to have them do something. They're going to go Anthony Hill Jr. here. What you wanted? Yeah. Why are you saying no for that one?
Oh, I would have loved for him to maybe have fallen just a little bit farther. To be honest with you, honest with you, if the Cowboys decided to go with an Anthony Hill Jr. at 20 or even like trade down a little bit and take an Anthony Hill Jr., I'm not going to be that pissed off at them for that because like we've been talking about, so many of these players, like between 20 to 50, it's just to pick your flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's whatever you like, and he's got the athleticism and the upside to be a first round type guy. So that's a great pick right here for Los Angeles. And I've had this feeling for the last few minutes that it's like, man, we're missing on players that we're high on right now. We're not taking them just because we can't see them. But we are trying to burn through this so that we don't take up too much time. It is hard. So, anyways, all right. So we get to the Denver Broncos here. And they've been linked to Eli Stowers a lot. This is their first pick in the draft. They need the tight end. They need an offensive weapon, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree at all. And you get to the Patriots. So we actually had to go Jacob Rodriguez in the first round. They're any good? Ooh. Think here. I'm going to have him go Caleb Tiernan.
Okay.
Yep. I think they really need offensive line help. And just go get the best tackle that you can. And there's talks that Caleb Tiernan could get pushed up all the way into the first round if there's a tackle run. So teams obviously are high on him.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. And that may very well end up being the right pick. I think actually wasn't Tiernan linked to the Patriots? Wasn't he one of the guys that Mike Vrabel was blocking around with?
Maybe come to 31.
Yeah. So. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, he falls all the way here. It absolutely makes sense for them. If they would surprise us with Rodriguez in the first round, I would love if they surprised us again and took Romello Height right here.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't think Patriots aren't going to surprise us twice. They're stuck in their ways. All right, Robert Kraft says, nope, only one surprise a year.
Yep. And with the final pick for the Seattle Seahawks, I know you're probably going to hate it. We gave them their edge. Ooh, I guess there is a couple corners here. You tell me as the Seahawks fan, because there's a name that's just glaring at me right now, and I'm not going to say which one it is. Would they take, I'm gonna totally sell it, though. Would they take a really tiny corner?
I don't think so. I think because not the way Mike McDonald wants to play. He wants.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would be completely against it. I just think that there wouldn't be a spot for him because we already have two guys playing the nickel, and I just don't know if anybody really believes he can stay on the outside. And we already have a small corner in Josh Jobe on the outside, so you would just have no length out there at all. And I love D'Angelo Ponz as a prospect. I love D'Angelo Ponz as a prospect.
D'Angelo Ponz.
I just don't think
if that dude's 6'1", if that dude is 6'1", I think we're not talking about McCoy and Delane as the only two. We're talking about Delane, McCoy, and Ponz.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I said, and I love Ponz. I just don't know. We already are so undersized in the secondary outside of Nick Eamon-Worry that I don't know if you add to it being undersized.
Okay. Well, show me who's available here at safety as well. The corner and safety.
There's two guys that I know for. I'm not going to tell you who to pick, but there's two guys that I know that the Seahawks really love and could think about going here if they're sitting.
Well, if I'm right on both, you have to just say yes. Is it Abney and Halsey? Yep. I'm going to go with Halsey.
And they were both 30 days or 30s. I think we love both of them. So being there to sit and pick between the two, I think you need safety a little more than you need corner. And I do not hate to pick at all because you can go get that corner in round 3 because they're just going to keep their. It's a deep classic corner.
Yeah.
But with that being said, boys and girls, we are done with our 2-round mock draft the day before the draft.
Indeed. I love it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we got all 64 right.
If we get all 64 right, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket, and we probably should be on NFL Insider next week.
We should be. NFL Network, ESPN. If we get all 64 right, I want to take the week off work next week, and I'm going to do the round of interviews. So call me.
No, for sure. And when people ask why we made the picks we did, I don't even know.
It's because we'll tell them that we knew.
We knew. We have the inside sources. What do you mean?
Yeah, I was going to say can't tell you our sources.
No. Jesus Christ himself is our source. But guys, if you are making it this far in the video, thanks for watching.
Shout out.
We actually will be live tomorrow to watch the first round of the draft.
Yep, so that we can make sure we got them all right.
Yep, exactly. So if you do want to tune in, if we even have a listener, that'd be cool. If not,
that would be awesome.
Cool. We're just going to sit and bullshit anyway, so
we will.
As well stream it.
We will. So it will indubitably be riveting.
Yes, but that does it for us today. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see y'all next one.
Peace.
There's the leave button.